Each year, people from every corner of the fence industry come together for 1 week, not to compete, but to learn, to grow, and to build something that lasts. This is AFA University, where hands-on training, mentorship, and a passion for the craft come together under one roof. For everyone here, this isn't just another week on the calendar. It's a chance to invest in themselves, their teams, and the future of our trade.
So AFA University is the premier learning experience in the industry. It brings together people from all disciplines. It brings together folks who are interested in expanding their careers. It brings together people who are on the fence side of things, on the gate side of things, on the sales side of things, and it provides a kind of a leadership growth opportunity for folks. And it doesn't really matter what side of the industry, whether you're on the supplier side or the contracting side of the industry. This is a place where people come to get better at their jobs, to expand their network, and to get on a career in the fence industry.
So bringing this event to life each year, the main goal for this is to put on the best school that we can for the students. I've been around this. I was an instructor for 10 years before I got hired, and I was a student before that. So I've come through and seen it from multiple directions. And the stories that we hear and the experiences that the students get is always, one of the top goals. From, what they learn in the school itself to the connections that they make with the other students and the instructors and what that brings to them moving forward in their careers. That's always, top priority.
I think one of the things that makes AFA University different from some of the other training programs is we have this entire week where we dedicate to all these classes that have been put together over years and years and years. So we've got a lot of content that gets well developed, well structured, and quite frankly, we bring a lot of industry experience in as well. So the instructors this week have 300 years of experience, right?
I think one of the things that we do that is different than anybody else is when we bring people together at AFAU, we're bringing people together that have specialized expertise in leadership or specialized expertise in gate automation or specialized expertise in fence installation. But it's the combination of those people working all together in creating this experience that when students come in, when participants come in, they see this as, oh my gosh, there's all this that I didn't realize that was available to me, and it stops being a job and they can start thinking about this as a career.
The American Fence Association has one goal: to raise the standard. Through programs like AFA University, that mission comes to life. Here, classroom lessons turn into real-world skill. Experience meets curiosity, and every instructor, whether they've been in the field 5 years or 30, is here to pass on what they've learned to the next generation. Because when we learn together, we all get better.
When I got here, I honestly didn't know what I was going to get out of this training. I didn't know what type of class it was going to be. Didn't know if it was going to be just books and notes. But when we went through it, it was a lot of interactive, hands-on, spitballing ideas and ways to improve yourself as a leader, not only for yourself, but for your techs and your organization. And so I was able to get a lot of that.
I really was hoping to be able to network a little bit with a lot of the other people here in our training class. I wanted to learn more about the industry since it's not something that I had been around all that long. I wanted to be able to build up my personal skills to be able to be more confident when I go out and meet with a client and know that they can trust me and have that confidence to build that trust between me and the client.
What I was really hoping to get out of this week is to get more understanding of how gate automation actually works and what the safety side of it is. And not only that, but just to get a little bit more understanding of how everybody else does everything.
The biggest thing for students to take away from this class is this is a career. You can get a training for a legitimate career that a lot of us have spent an entire lifetime in and found it very rewarding.
Out here, there's no substitute for experience. Every mistake becomes a lesson, and every success builds confidence. It's hard work, the kind that tests your patience, your skill, and your teamwork. But it's also where pride is built. When you step back and see the finished product, you realize it's not just a fence, it's proof of what you're capable of.
The biggest change I see in students from the first day to the day they graduate, it's the confidence. Coming in shy, quiet, not knowing how to run a circular saw real well, not knowing how to handle a pair of pliers real well, not knowing how to use an oscillating saw real well. By the end of this school, the confidence of these guys leaving, I can see it. They're going to go back and they're going to be able to, whether it's handle tools, work safely, or work efficiently. I see that, and that's what's great.
The most rewarding part is you get to AFAU. It's a week-long training. It's the longest that we have in the industry. They start out very quiet, very meek. You go to help them wire something up or explain a concept, and they're very intimidated. They don't even want to touch the electrical board, right? A lot of them. You go throughout the week, and then they get louder at lunches. They get more bold. They get more confidence. And I love that because you kind of see who their true selves are at the end of the week. You feel like you're friends. You have industry professionals that you can call, and you have a bunch of buddies in the industry, which is great. So it's really nice to see them grow throughout the week.
What makes this week special isn't just the training, it's the people. The friendships formed, the instructors who give back, the stories shared after a long day's work. There's something about being surrounded by people who care about doing things the right way. You see it in the way they teach, the way they lead, and the way they lift each other up. AFA University reminds us that we're all part of something bigger than ourselves, a community that takes pride in its work and the people behind it.
The thing I enjoy the most about being an instructor at the school is just really the moment when people start to figure out how something works. There's a day when we do the electrical 1 and 2 class when somebody rigs up a relay that operates a light and it starts to function kind of like a gate operator laid out on a board. You can see them light up with excitement because they finally get it. They understand how it works now. They really do. They look almost like a kid on Christmas morning, right? Like, this is the best present ever. I can do this now.
What keeps me passionate about training here year after year is I like the people I train with, I'm gonna be honest. On a human level, we're all friends, the instructors. We genuinely like each other. Not a lot of people can say that. We have a lot of passion. We're from different places in the world, geologically, and different companies, and we all are friends. I love that aspect. I love to make a difference. I think I can make the largest amount of impact training at the American Fence Association University. And with those two things combined, I can make the largest amount of impact, and I like who I do it with. Why wouldn't I do it? Why wouldn't I come back every year? I can honestly say I will come back as many times as LiftMaster will allow me, and we love to be involved in the industry as a whole. I'll come back as many times, and it's my favorite week of the year.
The way I feel now compared to how when I first arrived is I'd say my eyes are more wide open towards the way of becoming a better leader. Not just in this industry, not just for my company, but overall better leader, which can turn into your household with friends and anything else that you do, just to become a better person overall. My eyes have been open in a lot of ways to become that better person.
I feel a lot more confident. I came in, I was a little hesitant just because of my lack of knowledge, but now that I've been here and I've been talking to a lot of the different instructors or the different classmates that we had, I feel a lot more confident about going out and interacting with our clients when we get back home.
I think when people are trying to make the decision on whether or not to participate, a lot of things will come in the way of that decision. And I think if you realize that this experience has both a return on investment in terms of allowing a dollar for dollar exchange for making your business better, that's great. The ROI is easy to calculate, but it's the part of it that you can't calculate. It's that investment in an employee that makes that employee more valuable to your company. It's that investment in yourself that expands your horizons and makes you think about your business in new ways. When we think about what this experience can do for someone, it can be transformational in their lives, and you can't calculate that.
By the end of the week, something changes. Students walk out not just with new skills, but with confidence and a sense of pride in what they do. This isn't just training, it's mentorship, it's community, it's progress. because every post set, every gate built, every lesson learned here builds more than fences. It builds the future of our industry. AFA University isn't about where you start. It's about where you're headed. And when knowledge is shared, everyone builds better together.